So I wanted to do this update because I've done a lot of stuff in the game and I just wanted to show a lot of that off. I do have a quick complaint though. I was using the anvil and I noticed, I guess as of patch 1.8, they really kind of screwed up the repairing, because if I were to go to repair this diamond pickaxe, let me go ahead and get some diamonds. And it's not a level issue, it's actually just I can't repair it anymore and it kind of sucks. Thankfully this pickaxe doesn't have like Fortune 3, it's easily replaced. All I have to do is get some more lapis crystals and then I can just make another pickaxe, but it still kind of sucks. But if I were to put this in here, it says too expensive. And that basically means I have gone over the limit. There's no way I could ever repair this again. Some people have tried to say, oh, you're just not high level enough. It's actually impossible. You can't, if it says too expensive, you cannot repair it. So I was kind of pissed off about that. As you can see, I've kind of done the Lord's work. Got a bunch of diamonds, and I'll show you a little trick. I'll leave a card up too on how to find diamonds. Basically look on your map on a Y8 of any level, do strip mining, and I guarantee that's how I found every single one of these diamonds. About 3 away from popping a trophy on the emeralds. They're like super rare, but I did find one cave, and thanks to my Fortune 2 aspect here on the diamond pickaxe, I was able to find quite a few. A couple of them popped three emeralds pulled per block, so I was able to get up to 27 there. And I've got a ton of iron, and I'm starting to get a pretty good thing going here of the gold. I've got a whole bunch more iron actually smelting in here. Let's go ahead and put that bad boy away. Yeah, I have so many chests now, it's just like ridiculous. This is, I kind of put some wood and some leather and things like that in there, just kind of some trash. This I ended up just making for a buddy, whatever he wanted to grab from that bin he could. I've got a whole bunch of food items in this one. I actually reached the end portal, and I have a video. I'll leave a card up of that too if you guys happen to want to see what that kind of looks like, the Ender Dragon and all that kind of stuff. I haven't fought him yet because a lot of this stuff, like this one has like projectile protection, but these things cost so much experience. It's like between 30 and 35 each time to repair it, and I feel like all I'm doing is gaining experience to repair something, and by the time I repair that, something else needs to be repaired, and it's just a vicious cycle. That's what I'm saying. The whole crafting system, as far as repairing, I'm not really digging at this point. And it sounds like a lot of fans are a little upset about it, so I do hope they kind of rebalance that issue. In the actual house here, I'll go through a couple more of these chests really quick. I've got a ton of the cobblestone. I do have the quartz, which is only available in the nether, kind of like this nether brick, and then there's some soul sand. Where was that at? Soul sand right there. You actually need that to spawn the wither, as well as some of these skeleton heads, and I'll show that in the basement that I have. This I found on my way to the end portal, and it's very interesting area because they've got a whole bunch of iron doors. They've got just some really cool stuff in that area whenever you find it. And then I've got some of my potions here. This you will need, like the splash potion of weakness. If you ever want to cure a zombie villager, you're going to need one of those and a golden apple. It's actually pretty simple. I've got a video on that as well. These actually enchanted books I found when I was going to the end portal. There's a huge library, and a bunch of these chests were in this, and I found a bunch of them, and they automatically, you know, they have the unbreaking, as you can see, the power, and different ones do different things on different weapons or armor, you know, what have you. So I ended up busting this out and making this so I had, you know, a nice little area so I can kind of see out the house at night, see if it's safe, I guess. I did that on both sides. It looks really cool. Let's go ahead and show you the basement again real quick. I did kind of bust that out a little bit. I made it a little bit bigger. I extended it out. It used to probably just go to about right here. This is where the wall ended. And then I added some more. I actually made the books full. I might actually end up doing one more stack of books. The more bookshelves you have around an enchanting table, the better enchant you will get. Basically, it's like a slight increase per level, I guess I would say. I added this chest down here. It's basically my crafting chest. So I've got a bunch of the magma cream, the blaze and blaze rods and things like that. That only comes from the wither, so I'm trying, you know, I'll go back there and stock up a little bit. This wither skeleton skull is actually a skeleton that you'll find in the nether, and you need 3 of those to put them on top of the soul sand, and you'll actually be able to spawn the wither with that. Added these cauldrons over here, and then this brewing station. And I got one more box, and that's just full. I mean, I think redstone is probably, besides coal, the next most common thing in the game. I don't know if I'll actually end up using anywhere near that much, but that's the basement there. I did add my music player, my little jukebox. I've been finding a lot of the little records actually in the dungeons. I thought that was kind of funny. I kept finding those. So that's the new castle. I gave it more of like an architectural, instead of just being flat on the front, I did kind of try to make it more castle-y kind of architecture there. I think the all-glass front really kind of opened it up. The next thing I did, and you probably won't notice unless I showed you, but it took me about 4 hours, and I actually extended the sand so that I could extend my lawn here. The lawn actually used to probably go, it was probably 5 or 6 blocks over this way. It was very, very narrow. So I actually widened it with a bunch of sand, and it was a pain in the butt to do. And I even widened it this way and then length as well. The next step I did was I'm starting to do the rail cart. I did pop the trophy for the travel on a minecart 500 yards. I added some of these stairs here because it's not so bad going down, but going up, that way you don't have to keep pushing the button. And I built this, I had a video on this earlier, but this is my epic bridge. I put some lights on this. This has been actually one of the best things I've ever built. And as you can see, it's actually above the clouds here. I built this originally to this tower that I'm looking at. I've actually originally built that to get the trampoline trophy, where you jump down onto a slime wall and you jump up like 30 blocks. And I've left it there, and it's been a great reference point because you can see it so far away. And then I'm like, oh, there's my home. You know, I don't have to worry about where I'm at, basically. It's a very, very good reference point. I don't even have to look at my map. Now, I could look at my map and be like, okay, that's where I am. Another great thing I was able to do is on my map, you can see the kind of roadways and bridges I've built. That was another indicator of where I was supposed to be at. So those have been very, very helpful. This bridge here took probably 3.5, 4 hours to build. And every subsequent bridge, and I'll show you here in just a second, was so much easier. This one just kind of goes to this island. The other one I've built into the side of this little mushroom tower. And I added some stairs there as well. But this was pretty cool. This is basically a network. This one goes to the other bridge there. And that actually leads to an extreme hill biome, which I'll talk about in just a second. This one just leads to a cave where I've been mining a lot of stuff. So let me show you this really quick with my armor. I actually got, this is actually from the enchanting book that I had, and it's the diamond boots, but I was able to get something called Frostwalker 2, and that's the highest level you can get for that particular enchantment. But what it does is it actually turns the water into ice, and I can actually just stand on here. That's why I said every subsequent bridge was super, super easy to build, because I could just stand on the water and build it from there instead of having to do it the other way. And then actually, it stays for a while, and then eventually it'll melt. It seems like in the daytime it melts a little faster in this area, so I thought that was kind of cool. So now I can like walk on water. So I built this bridge, and it connects to another area over here. This is actually what is known as an extreme hill biome, and it's the only place that you can find emeralds. I've heard some people on other places be like, oh no, you can find them anywhere. It's actually not true. It is only in the biome, and it sometimes will connect to another biome, but like right on the line you'll be able to find them. And they are such a pain in the butt to find, because they spawn between like level 4 and level 32, and they don't come in chunks like iron ore and gold and all other stuff. It's like one block, and that's all you're going to pretty much find. You may find another one, but 99% of the time you're pretty much going to find one block by itself, and they're just scattered throughout the different levels. I mean, it's just, I was strip mining for like hours and hours and hours, and I think I literally found one. And then I happened to stumble across this cave, and that's what ended up getting me a bunch of them, because it was like a big open cave that had probably 30 blocks high open. You know, it was just a huge open cave, and I was able to easily spot the emeralds in that one, and they were just scattered all over. I mean, it was just a mess. So when we started out for the railway system, I was at X 41, and you need to get 500 meters, so that's 500 on the either X or Z. And we're going to go ahead, I'm just going to kind of finish this one up. And then we'll end up at 549. So my friend will be able to easily get that trophy now. I'm going to probably invite him to the game later this evening. And this is always a good thing. You always want to have like a little stopping point over there, just so that your rail cart doesn't just fly off the track and then you kind of have to push it back. So there's some really cool stuff over here I've been starting to notice. And let's see, some jackass is attacking me now. So I did get on this sword, I do have what's called Looting 2. That was another enchanting book that I found. But I'm starting to wonder if I should really use the sword anymore, because I think I'm on my last enchantment. It cost me 35 experience points last time to actually get that. So I was like, oh gosh darn, you know, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that again. So here's a really good example of that extreme hill biome. I'm probably going to go over here and just mine the crap out of this one too. We've got those archers over there. This is, I mean, like I said, this frost walking thing is awesome because I can just like walk on water. And it's kind of nice too because it leaves a trail. So that way your friends are like able to follow you on the ice too. Although you kind of have to be careful, make sure it doesn't melt or anything. But it's just a really, really cool feature. I thought that was kind of neat. I just wanted to show that one off too. So I did enchant my bow as well. I do have power 2 and punch 1, and it's really nice for when the next video I'm probably going to try to do, I might do another collaboration with Rational Ginger, and I would like to be able to go to the end portal and fight the Ender Dragon and show everybody how to do that. Basically, you're going to want the best armor, best sword. You know, you're going to want your diamond with a little bit of enchanting, and you're going to want a powerful bow. You're going to want both when you're going to fight them. So this tiny biome over here is also an extreme hill biome, and I wasn't able to I actually got so lost I had to reload my game because I couldn't even find my way out, and I really wasn't finding anything of any importance. You know, I had some iron ore, but it's like at this point it wasn't worth me trying to figure out where the heck I was. So I got another extreme hill biome right where my crosshairs are that I've been mining as well. You can kind of see in the distance some of the lights that I've been putting up. But yeah, this is definitely a big area. So you can see here the Frostwalker actually is still frozen right now. And you can tell it starts getting these little cracks, and you can tell when it's going to melt. But I have noticed with these boots, if I were to jump in the water right now, let me go ahead and do that. It doesn't actually freeze the water, so I do actually still... You have to actually like approach the water. It's so weird how it does that. And then if I go over here, now I can like walk on it. It's kind of strange. I don't know if that's like a glitch and they just like need to patch it, kind of a thing. But that's all I kind of wanted to show, just like an update. It was it took a very long time to get a lot of that stuff done. You know, I built these stairs on a lot of these places. Before I just had like the bricks kind of stacked up like it is over here, and then you have to actually jump. So like with this, I have to jump, but this I can just like walk up. It makes it so much easier. It was kind of like, go ahead and do the grunt work to get it done. So, but I hope that was helpful. I just wanted to show that off. I hope this was kind of entertaining and got to show off my Minecraft world. And appreciate you for watching. And thanks.